Welcome to Monmouth in Focus, a comprehensive look at Monmouth County, the place you want to be. Monmouth County is centrally located in the state with 27 miles of Atlantic Ocean shoreline, nationally recognized parks, state-of-the-art libraries, school systems, and public services. Monmouth County is home to more than 660,000 residents. It's a great place to work and live. Monmouth in Focus will highlight county services that are readily available to you as a Monmouth County resident. Thanks for joining us for Monmouth in Focus. You'll know why Monmouth County is the place you want to be.
Hello and welcome to Monmouth in Focus, a program about the services and functions of Monmouth County government. I'm Cynthia Scott, your host for this segment of Monmouth in Focus. You may be looking for a new job or a new career path. In either case, the Monmouth County Division of Workforce Development may be able to assist you. Freeholder Deputy Director Serena DiMaso and Eileen Higgins, Director of the Division of Workforce Development, are here to tell us about the many services available to you. Welcome, both of you. Thanks so much for joining us here on Monmouth in Focus.
Thank you so much.
Freeholder, we will start with you, and if you could just tell us about your role as the liaison to the workforce development.
Well, as liaison, I sit on the Workforce Investment Board, which we refer to lovingly as the WIB, and it helps promote the services available through the office. It's a one-stop career center. What we do is we build partnerships in the public and private sector so that we can connect job seekers with jobs and really enhance the overall economic viability of our community with the highest quality workers available.
I'm sure there are some challenges, particularly with the unemployment rate continuing to be, above the normal rate. Can you tell us about some of those?
Sure. You might have heard from the recent reports. The unemployment rate is coming down, so that's great. We're still much higher than we need to be. Superstorm Sandy had a great effect on our area, and we are coming back, and we'll see this summer just how well we're doing, and let's not forget that in Monmouth County we're dealing with the closure of Fort Monmouth and the jobs that were taken away from there. But thanks to Eileen and her group, we are really rebuilding our economic workforce here in Monmouth, and we're doing a good job.
Sounds like you are. And now, Eileen, tell us about what are some of the things that the office has done to meet the increased and constant demand for services? And like I was talking to the Freeholder about, especially in these challenging times.
Well, we adopt pretty much on a daily basis. We change our hours, we change what we can do to help the clients or help our job seekers. We've connected with businesses more than we had in the past to truly find out what the businesses are looking for, who they're looking to hire, and then to make sure that our workforce is prepared for those jobs. So we provide training, we provide workshops. We have a Career Connect on every Wednesday where job seekers can come in and work with experts and hear about the things that they could do differently if they're not connecting with jobs.
Sure. When you talk about connecting with businesses, how exactly do you go about that?
We have a relatively new business services team, and their goal is to go out and meet with businesses, meet with the chambers of commerce, be part of the solution there, and ask what they're looking for when they're trying to hire someone, and then bring those jobs back to our job seekers.
Through job fairs, I would imagine, is one way,
yes,
correct?
And we typically partner with organizations that are looking for employees, and we bring in, and it's free to the businesses as well as to our residents, and it's a great way for them to be in touch and meet people one-on-one in the community. And then with Eileen's help and services, we were able to team people up and help cut that unemployment rate.
I would imagine the turnout is pretty high at these job fairs.
We usually get between 1,000 and 1,200 people who come, and about 100, 110 employers, all of whom have openings and are hiring.
Okay.
That is one of the requirements. They have to have job openings to be a member, to be able to come to the job fair.
Okay.
So otherwise it's really defeats the purpose.
Right. So this isn't the type of a job fair where you're just going to drop your resume off for maybe a future job. Right. This is a job that you are applying for
today.
That day that you hold a job fair. Okay. And let's talk about some of the people that are seeking jobs at this fair.
We really see every end of the spectrum of job seekers, people who are currently employed or underemployed, people that have been out of the workforce for a while who maybe have been home taking care of some family members, people who've recently lost their jobs. So really everyone, high-skilled, lower-skilled, are coming to the job fair and coming to use our services.
When we used to hear about job fairs many years ago, we would think that most of them were being held at colleges and universities. And now that's not the case, a lot of people seeking jobs now are in their 40s, 50s, even 60s, correct?
Absolutely, and that's one of the great things about the web and the Career Center is that we offer services to those people, whether they're undertrained or they need help in writing their resume or they need help in learning how to do an interview again. You know, if you're in your 40s or your 50s, the last time you may be interviewed could have been 25 or 30 years ago, and things have changed dramatically over the years. So Eileen and her staff, you know, do a great job in getting people ready to be out there in the workforce.
Sure. And Freeholder, you had mentioned, you brought up a good point before about the folks who were laid off as a result of Fort Monmouth closing, and you know the people that didn't relocate, they're still looking for jobs.
Yes, yes, and they can go to the Career Center, and there's computers available to them. There's it's unimaginable the services that Eileen and her group offers. It's just more people should know about it.
Sure.
Actually. You know, it's a service that Monmouth County is very proud of, and Eileen does a phenomenal job running the department on our behalf.
Let's hope this segment gets the word out. You know, you do hear from time to time people that are out of work, there are no jobs out there. We can't find the job. No one's hiring. So, you know, there is help. Just this is a prime example of that.
Absolutely.
You know, the jobs may be a little more scarce than they were several years ago, but there is help out there because, like you said, the businesses that are showing up at these job fairs are hiring.
Correct.
Yes.
Let's talk now about the division and the other name that it has. What is that?
The Workforce Investment Board. That's the group who oversees this, and as Freeholder DiMaso mentioned, she's a member of, and that's a group of 36 members who really set the policy and direct our work and connecting with the workforce in Monmouth County, pulling all of our partners together. It's not solely the county who does this, it's the county who oversees all of the partnerships.
Okay, and the one-stop career centers. We have several locations for those?
There are 2 locations. The primary one for the county is 145 Wyckoff Road in Eatontown, and then there's 160 Taylor Avenue in Neptune.
Okay, and that's where people can basically, like we said, seek help, get information, go online, utilize the computers, find out what's out there, what's going on, correct?
Yes.
Right. And they should make an appointment by calling the office, but you know, walk-ins are welcome. We know that you know people sometimes don't maybe plan their day, and maybe they're driving down Wyckoff Road and they say, you know what, I heard about this. I just heard about this in Monmouth in Focus. Let me go in and see.
What are the hours?
We're open 8:30 to 4:30,
Okay.
and we can stay open later if we know someone's coming in.
Okay, and like you had mentioned before, Freeholder, a lot of people have not, you know, looked for jobs in many years. So there must be a lot of assistance that's offered there.
Yes, and many of our workshops, really looking for jobs now is very different even than just a few years ago. We work around social media and how to use the social media platforms to job search as well as the traditional.
So you walk into One Stop Career Center, somebody greets you and says,
Welcome.
welcome.
What can we help you with?
What can we
Yes.
help you with?
And you can meet with a counselor who would review your current status, then direct you to the workshops. You can, as Freeholder mentioned, we have an open public access area where there's computers and fax machines and job listings, and staff just to review your resume or really to help guide you individually on the plan that you need to connect you with a job again.
Okay, and there's also the employment counselors. I guess that's what you would call the staff, right? Employment
Yes,
counselors.
yes.
So they would also be able to assist you with some training as well.
Yes, yes, there is training available. Like I mentioned before, resume writing, interviewing skills, and you know, just a myriad of things. And then there's training available for in Asbury Park. They opened the Cooler Cafe. They were a partnership with the Cooler Cafe, which is allowing people to learn how to break into the restaurant industry. A lot of restaurants don't want to hire somebody unless they've had some experience, and this gives them the opportunity to work in the restaurant industry and you know, be a server, be a chef, and then move on to the next phase of their life.
Now, what about services for people who are just entering the job market, looking for their first full-time job?
That's the highest rate of unemployment right now, and so we've really been focusing on working with the 18 to 25, 26-year-olds, and have a number of programs. As Freeholder mentioned, the Cooler Cafe is one of the programs that we've been spearheading, and that's to help the youth in Asbury connect with those type of jobs. But we also have a youth committee, a youth department, who has contracts in numerous municipalities in the county, and really works towards connecting those young individuals with the skills that they might need, looking at what they're already doing, introducing them to businesses, really helping make the connection. And networking. It's
Sure.
really about networking.
And when you say the young individuals, what's the age range that we're talking about?
We're 18 to 26, 27-year-olds is really that group that we're really trying hard to focus on.
Mm-hmm. You also have a youth counselor on hand who basically, tries to ensure that kids stay in school, kids graduate high school, and then either pursue college career or if they need to look for a job after that as well, correct?
Yes. And we have a number of programs that the counselor oversees in municipalities, working towards making sure the youth have their GED, helping connecting them with their GED if they don't, connecting them with colleges if that's their choice, or other technical schools or whatever industry.
Right. And we have a great working relationship with Brookdale Community College. The president, Dr. Murphy, sits on the WIB board as well. So it really is, every avenue that we can go down, and every I that can be dotted and T that can be crossed is really taken care of through this group.
You also have someone on staff who works with social service clients?
Yes, we have a whole program geared towards helping people receiving social services, and we have the Division of Social Services is on the WIB, so we partner with them to help connect the individuals receiving those who have those needs with jobs and with work experience. We actually have a work experience program there that we can connect them with a nonprofit or a municipality and get them 6 to 8 months of work experience that they can then put on their resume and then go out and connect to another job.
It sounds like you have your work cut out for you, Eileen. How gratifying is this job when people find jobs and they say, I didn't know this type of help was available, and now, I'm employed full-time and, on my way to either, starting a better future or starting my future from the get-go?
It's extremely gratifying. It's disturbing to hear at times that people don't know our services exist, and that's why we appreciate being on a show like this, because the services are there. They're there for anyone who needs them, and it's great to hear the success stories and have people come back and let us know what worked for them and how we can connect them with jobs.
And we actually have a luncheon for some of those people that have these wonderful success stories. And just, I've been the liaison just for a short time, but I've attended the luncheons over the last couple of years, and they are it just warms your heart and your soul to see, that you made a difference in somebody's life. And, I'm so happy for Eileen, because I'm sure that she's wakes up every day with a smile on her face.
All right. Well, great effort here, ladies. Thank you both so much for joining us today. And for more information, you can certainly visit www.visitmonmouth.com. That's all the time we have for this segment of Monmouth in Focus. I'm Cynthia Scott. Have a great day, everyone.
I get to live my dream every day working in my own restaurant.
I get to enlighten the community, but in particular the Black community, about our contribution to art and culture in this society.
I got my start at Brookdale.
I got my start at Brookdale.
Register today and get your start at Brookdale.
My name is Tom Brennan, station manager at Brookdale Public Radio. You can tune in to me Sundays from 11 to 3 on 90.5 The Night.
This is Brookdale Community College. You are watching Brookdale Television.
My name is Fernanda. I'm the wife of a teacher. Budget cuts affected my husband's salary, so I'm picking up some part-time work. We're doing everything we can to make sure our kids eat today. Tomorrow, I just don't know. Fernanda, how'd I do?
Well, I usually fold the underwear first.
I meant the acting, but good to know.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
I get to be part of a veterinary healthcare team and help take care of animals. I got my start at Brookdale's short-term, non-credit training program.
To learn more on how to get your start at Brookdale, visit brookdalecc.edu/training.
I'm Cynthia Scott, your host for this segment of Monmouth in Focus. We are talking with Freeholder Deputy Director Serena DiMaso and Eileen Higgins, the Director of the Monmouth County Division of Workforce Development. Thank you both for joining us once again here on Monmouth in Focus.
Thank you very much.
The division offers services directly to workers and also helps businesses, and that's what this segment's going to focus on, the business side of things, the more public side of things. So let's start again by talking about the One-Stop Career Center and how important that is to job seekers.
Well, it's extremely important because it gives people the opportunity to go to one place to learn all the skills they might need or to find the job they're looking for. Under Eileen's guidance, the staff members there have, welcome people when they come in and walk them through whatever their path in life has taken them.
Mm-hmm. So it could be people who are looking for their first job, recent college grads, recent high school grads, or people that have been in the workforce who have recently been laid off, looking for a career change, whatever it may be. Correct, Eileen?
Yes. And it could even be employed people who are just looking to move on to something different.
Okay, so when you walk into the One-Stop Career Center, you're greeted and they say, welcome, how can we help you?
Yes, and then you can meet with a counselor who will, our employment counselors who will review your situation, your own personal, put you on a guide to your own personal connection with a job.
Mm-hmm. There are 2 locations in Monmouth County.
Yes, we're in Eatontown on 145 Wyckoff Road and in Neptune on 60 Taylor Avenue.
And the hours of operation, 8:30 to 4:30?
Yes.
And how are these One-Stop Career Centers funded?
They're funded through grants from the federal government, passed through the state, and sometimes we get private grants as well. And, Eileen does a phenomenal job in managing the funds.
Mm-hmm. And who oversees the division?
It's a county, it's a function of the county government, and I serve as the liaison on behalf of the Board of Chosen Freeholders, and the division is then overseen by the Workforce Development Board, which is called the WIB.
And the WIB consists of 36 community members?
Yes, 36 members, 51% of whom are business owners themselves.
Mm-hmm. And that's important because the business owners are the ones that are going to be hiring, correct?
Correct.
Right, so they'll give you the information, you can access information from them, they can get information from you as to who these job seekers are, and it's a sharing network.
Yes, it is.
Right, and Eileen's the executive director, so the buck stops with Eileen.
Does the WIB, have a primary function?
The WIB primarily sets the focus and the policy for how we spend our workforce dollars in the county. It sets the overview of where we would send people to training and what types of fields we would follow up with, and really what the growth industries are in the county or the region, and connect our staff with this, connecting with those kinds of skills and making sure that we're training our workforce for the jobs that really exist here.
Superstorm Sandy obviously just played such a huge role in Monmouth County, had such an impact on people. Were you able to utilize the WIB in an effort to create jobs or help people get jobs?
We were actually. There was some grant money awarded to the WIB, and we were able to place people, skilled workers and secretarial staff, in the municipalities as they needed it. I know our OEM department used some people, Seabright, lots of the communities took advantage of the skilled labor and the secretarial help so that they can move forward and get themselves back on their feet quicker than they needed to.
As a result of the storm, did you also see an increase in people who lost their jobs because of the destruction and devastation that this storm had on us?
Yes, we have a big hospitality work jobs here in the county, and certainly the number of them were affected very deeply on the coast, the coastline itself.
So basically, your staff at the WIB has been changed a little bit in recent years because the economy has changed. I mean, they must be busier, they must be looking for new initiatives.
Yes, they certainly are, and we've added workshops, really connecting people with jobs. In the past, we primarily sent everyone to training. Training is an option if that's what someone needs, but we're finding most people we have a very highly skilled workforce in Monmouth County, and we've focused more with working with businesses to connect them with jobs, and supplying some incentives for businesses to hire people who've been unemployed, and then also to be able to provide some training dollars to the businesses to get their staff members skilled, which can create new entry-level positions as they move their own staff up the ladder within the industry.
Have you seen the face of the job seeker change throughout the years? People that, have been in the workforce for many, many years and recently laid off, maybe something that you haven't seen too much of in the past?
We're definitely seeing a more skilled client coming in to use our services. People who have degrees, master's level, even degrees, who are coming in and using our services. We're definitely seeing older, more seasoned staffed employees looking for help.
We're dealing with the closure of the fort still, and prior to that, the closure of the Lucent building in Homedale Township, which, at one time had 6,000 employees. So those people needed to go somewhere, and luckily we have the Workforce Investment Board and the One-Stop Career Centers that can offer the help that these people who have worked there probably their whole lives, and get retrained or whatever they need.
Sometimes these jobs aren't, exactly what they're looking for, but again, it's a job. There are jobs out there. This is, this interview is a prime example of that there is help out there. There are jobs out there that people can seek, like you said, who have experience, who even have master's degrees. I mean, there might be a job comparable for them, correct?
Yes, and one of the changes we really focused on in the last couple of years has been to change from putting somebody into a job and more looking at their skills and matching their skills. So if they have a certain skill level and they've always done a certain job, they might not think to look in another field where those skills would still be useful, transferable. So really exposing them to some other industries that their skills could be used.
What types of industries do you primarily deal with?
We're primarily still financial, the hospitality, retail and hospitality, and certainly healthcare.
Okay, yeah, very important.
Yes.
And you recently had a award ceremony.
Yes, we did, and we give out awards to partners that help the WIB. They fund scholarships for people who need to go back to Brookdale but maybe don't have the dollars for it, or just maybe need an extra course or two. And we give out awards in the government. Most recently, we gave the award in government to Commissioner Hal Worth from the Labor Board. Our education award went to Barry Semple, who has dedicated his life to secondary education and adult education, and fabulous man. Our business award went to Solar City, who has been a fantastic partner in helping us. Everybody's going green these days, so in helping us employ people. The Community Asbury Park Development Committee, their initiative, that's a phenomenal program as well, and that's funded with our help and run by the mayor there and a couple other people, and that just takes students and residents of Asbury Park and gives them an opportunity to be trained and learn. They have programs like Go for the Gold, and they have a Cooler Cafe, which they're teaching them how to be in the hospitality industry. And our last award went to Eric Hotelling, who was from organized labor, and he's with the electrical union, and he did a great job helping us get skilled laborers, especially in the aftermath of Superstorm Sandy. So it's those events and the other luncheon we have celebrating the graduates of our program who have gotten jobs and have done who are the people who you do this for, and really make you smile in the morning.
Well, exactly, and I would imagine that's the most gratifying part of the job. There's so much hard work goes into that, but when you see somebody saying, I got a job, I'm happy, I'm supporting my family, I'm supporting, it's got to be all worthwhile, right, Eileen?
Yes, it is.
Eileen, tell us a little bit about your background, how long you've been doing this for.
I've worked for the county for about 4.5 years, and prior to that, I worked for I ran a small nonprofit home for homeless women. So I first worked with this population, the population of TANF clients, welfare recipients, and tried to connect them with jobs, and then a position opened up in the county, and I took it, and they took me.
So your former job kind of laid the groundwork, in a sense, for this larger job, correct?
Yes, it did.
And it was where Eileen and I actually first met. She ran a program, invited some area mayors, I was mayor at the time, to come and help teach these young moms how to cook.
Wow.
And we held it at a area store, and it was a great day.
And here you are today.
Yep, and Eileen has brought that same thinking into the food bank has a program like that, the Cooler Cafe, as I talked to earlier, about teaching the skill set to be able to survive on your own, so to speak.
Absolutely. It's so important.
Yes.
So important. Eileen, how have you seen, I mean, you said you've been here for 4.5 years. How have you seen things change throughout those years, particularly with the economy?
Well, we've certainly hit the recession about the time I started working for the county.
Lucky you.
Yeah. But we are seeing a turnaround. We are seeing businesses who are looking to hire. We've seen more skilled workers coming in to use our services. We've expanded our services to work with the clients that we're seeing come in. And again, to connect with businesses, to focus on seeing what businesses need as opposed to just training people in the area we thought there were jobs or in skills that we thought they need, but to really go to businesses and find out what they're hiring and looking for.
Right, and that's so important. And again, it's important to make the point that, you know, you're out and about and you hear people saying there are no jobs out there. I can't find the job. There's nowhere to look. How do I start? You know, I'll apply online and then never hear back from anyone. So this is hope.
Absolutely.
You know, this is an opportunity for people to take advantage of the One Stop Career Center and see what's out there for them, because even the job fairs, the businesses that show up at these job fairs, the industries that show up have openings.
Correct.
Okay.
So, and that's one of the things the Workforce Investment Board is really focusing on. Where are we going? And making sure that we move our community forward and give the best workforce possible to the employers, so that we will grow economically and be a better place to live.
Excellent point. All right, ladies, thank you both so much for joining us here today on Monmouth in Focus. Some great initiatives here, a great effort, and I wish you so much success in the future.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That is all the time we have for this segment of Monmouth in Focus. For more information, you can go to the website, www.visitmonmouth.com. I'm Cynthia Scott. Have a great day, everyone.